Hi, today I'm going to be showing you guys full coverage, super glam face routine for more dry skin. A lot of you requested this video. I hope you guys can learn a lot. So for foundation today, I'm going to be using Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I bought it before I got my spray tan, so now I'm a little tanner than that color. So I blended it in with some Clinique Sun-Kissed Face Jelly. Altogether, this is just kind of like a face tanner type of thing. And I think I got a good shade match to my body, so I'll be using that. I like to use a brush when I do my full coverage face makeup, and then I kind of go in with a beauty blender over top on any areas that need smoothing. But this is the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe All Over Complexion Perfection. It's a very long name. I'll write it down for you on the screen, but I really like this brush. And I just pat it in just like I would with a beauty blender. As you can see, I have redness in my face, so I like to make sure I have full coverage for that. Also, I already did my forehead before this because I was trying to get the right shade match, so I figured I'd just use my forehead since I have bangs anyway. I bought this foundation once before, but my skin was really oily at the time, so I didn't like it. But now my skin is more on the dry side and I'm looking for more dewy finishes. So I decided to purchase this one again and give it another chance and see how I like it in terms of dry skin. So I am liking this finish so far. As you can see, when I do my foundation, I don't go all the way up to my under eyes. I save that for concealer. For my concealer, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape, my favorite, probably all-time favorite concealer right now, and I'm using the color Fair. Put it under my eyes like this, down my nose. Normally I would highlight my forehead, but no point right now. And then you want to blend it and leave it kind of in the general area of where you placed it in the first place, which is all of the highest points of your face. Kind of highlights those high points and brings out your bone structure. For the under eyes, I like to blend it into a downwards facing triangle shape. And down about this much and lining the sides of the nose. Just blend it out like so. Also, before I started doing my foundation, I forgot to mention I already moisturized my whole face with a good moisturizer. My favorite one right now that I've been using is the IT Cosmetics it's like anti-aging moisturizer. It's a really good one. It's expensive, but I find that lately I'm more and more willing to spend more money on my skincare, desperately trying to fight the inevitable aging process. Also, after the moisturizer, I put on a little bit of these Farsali Rose Gold drops on my face, so that is pretty much keeping me pretty dewy underneath it all. I'm going to set my face. I'm going to use the Patrick Star and MAC limited edition setting powder. I'm gonna take my beauty blender because I prefer to set with the beauty blender. This is a little trick I learned from Mario when I went to the Kim and Mario makeup class. He said that setting your powder with a damp beauty blender lets it melt into the skin more rather than sitting on the skin and looking kind of too powdery, and I would agree with that. So I use the pointy end of my blender. I always set my under eyes first before they crease. Now if you already have creases that build up very quickly before you have a chance to go in and set it, you can just re-blend it out really quickly and then look up as you set, and that should help the creases to not form, because once they've formed, and if you do set that, then you won't be able to smooth them out after. I also always make sure to set my kind of cheek line and in the sides of my nose. Anywhere that might get excess oil. Setting powder is an important step. I do get a lot of questions from people who complain that their makeup moves or comes off after a few hours of putting it on. And I would advise that you make sure you set very nicely by pressing your powder into the skin. And if done correctly, make a big difference in how your makeup stays on. Now that I've got my most important areas set, I do just a little bit kind of on the rest of my face because I still want to keep it dewy. But I find that if I don't set it at all, then when I go to do my contour, it kind of just takes my foundation off, which is not good, not what I'm going for. Okay, now everything is set, and this is the part where I will go in and do my contour. I'm going to use the brand new Kylie. This is the pressed bronzing powder in the color Khaki, which I do believe is the lightest one. Normally I use Benefit Hula Light, which is a great light color. I'm always looking for good light colors. This is what this color looks like. So I'm going to go in with an angled contour brush. This one is the Sigma F40 large angled contour. Starting right above the ear. And in circular motions, I'm going to blend that in. As you can see, I don't use cream contour. I don't know, I just never have, and I feel like it's an extra step if you're gonna set it with powder anyway. So I personally don't use it. Always going to want to drag it into your temple area as well. And if your forehead is exposed and you will want to kind of bronze the perimeter of your hairline, this can actually really help making your forehead look smaller if you have a flat head like me, which is what I normally do. Yeah, I really like this color. It's very light and subtle. The formula is really matte, really smooth, really buttery. So far, I'm really liking it. When you're blending your contour, you always want to remember to blend upwards, never downwards. You want to keep everything lifted. Now, if you do have oily skin, the foundations that I love, Estee Lauder Double Wear #1, Marc Jacobs Remarkable. It's very expensive. I think it's like $60 something, but it's amazing. Really, really good. Full coverage. These are full coverage options, of course, because that's what I always go for. But that stuff is just too drying for me now. Okay, always want to make sure you bronze your jawline. Okay, then I'm going to take the Huda Beauty Bake and Blend brush, and I'm going to use this small angled contour side of it. I'm going to contour my nose. I just kind of line it up with the end of my nose, and I apply the product to the sides of my nose, down the side of my nose. A little bit down at the bottom. So I would say overall, I'm really happy with this bronzer. I'll definitely continue using it. And I'll have to grab one for my clients who are also in the pale category. Since I am tanner right now, it's like a really nice subtle color, which I really love. Now I'm going to do a little bit of blush. I'm going to use the new Kylie pressed blush powder in Close to Perfect. I think this is a super pretty color. I'm going to use the Morphe E3. I don't normally wear blush actually. But some of these blushes that have been coming out are so pretty. I just got used to not ever wearing blush because my cheeks are so naturally rosy that I kind of had an aversion to blush, like not something I would ever want to wear on purpose when I was so tired of my red cheeks, you know? Now my absolute favorite part, highlighter. I'm gonna use, again, the new Kylie highlighter in Ice Me Out. I always pick the lightest color, like almost a white highlighter if I can, because I find that those are my favorite. They look prettiest, especially if you are really pale. It's weird when you get a highlighter, your skin is like white and you get a highlighter and it has like gold and you just have like a gold line on your face. It just doesn't look right. So I think this will be a good one for that. But I'm going to use the other end of that Huda Beauty brush. This little tip, I like to use that for highlighting. As you can see, that is very pigmented. Would you just look at it? Gorge. Really, really pretty color. And I always like to highlight the tip of my nosik. And a little bit down the kind of crook of the nose, if you will. A little bit on the Cupid's bow. If you didn't know that this is called the Cupid's bow, now you know. And a little bit on the pointiest part of your chin. Wow, it's gorgeous. I love it. I want to put it all over my body, but I'm going to resist. Let me do my lips real quick and I'll come right back. Okay, so now the last step that I do for my face makeup is just to set it. I'm going to use my new Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. It's a 16-hour wear. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed. In my next video, I will be doing a full face using all drugstore products. So if you're interested in watching me make more videos, doing my makeup, almost whispering, trying not to wake my baby up in the short time frame that I have between preschool drop off and pickup, I will be right here. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching.